Rainy season, you know. It's more fuchsias. So many parasite plants, because this region is cloud forest. Cloud forest is like at the beginning of the Amazon, you know.
Okay, oh, I didn't know that. Because I was surprised that normally in that high altitudes, it's hard to find forest.
Yes. But in this case, because we have the Andes Range Mountains, this place that is like at 2,400 meters is already low.
For the...
Yes, we call valley. Well, probably in another region this is very higher, you know. It's impossible, 2,400 meters to be valley, but in this place.
Yeah.
Valley, yeah.
You call it Bali. Yeah.
Circuit 1.
Okay.
Incas, they knew very well the geology, the geography of those regions. For that reason, they used to take advantage about the places where the weather had to be very gentle. No extreme, you know. No extreme dry, no extreme cold, no extreme hot. In this place, as you feel, the temperature is not extreme.
Not extreme. It's so chill. Like.
Yep. One of the problems that they had to have here had to be the rain. Who used to work for Incas to pay tax by labor. That is the way how these people were able to build this kind of places.
They were paying their taxes by doing work. Yes.
Assistant masons, assistant workers, farmers, weavers, artisans, you know. They were doing that work. But Incas, like a high royal class people, they were managers.
Okay, they were, yeah. I also heard about the story that like one of these king's generals was in love with his daughter or something like that, or sister.
Well,
But the classes didn't allow, right? They
at that time it was allowed to get married between brothers and sisters because they used to believe that their blood was the holy legacy that they had to have from their father God, you know. So for the reason to preserve the royal blood lineage, they used to get married between brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, happens in so many human societies in the world, you know.
yes.
Egyptians, for example, they used to do the same.
Mary.
Incest. But
Yeah, I don't think we had that in Ottoman Empire. Yeah.
no, I didn't read about that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hola, hello.
Enjoy the stairs.
Thanks.
Poliglota. Poliglota.
¿Cuántas?
Línguas?
¿Hizo?
Un poco de italiano, un poco de portuñol.
Un poco.
De
or-
inglês.
Nós temos um pouco de portunhol.
Também. Bom dia, galera.
Bom dia.
So,
Okay.
as native ones, we know our real history.
Okay. Now we enlighten. You're Richard, right? Richard.
Richard,
is
yeah.
our friend in
Machu Picchu.
Machu
That's
Picchu,
local
and
guy.
he will enlighten about like the philosophy of the war with the Incas.
Well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can tell you part of the history that the native ones we know in Peru about this place. So it's important to know that when the first Spanish, 1532, 15th century or 16th century, they came to South America. Mostly of the native people that were living in those regions of Inca Empire, mostly of the native ones, instead to refuse Spanish, they welcome Spanish because they used to have sad memories that when Incas, led by Pachacutec, by his son and his grandson, when they conquered those regions, these people, they defeated children, women, men to win the war,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, to make their empire more powerful.
Powerful.
If
So
we,
they did.
if we
Yeah.
do analogies, the another empires of the world to become powerful, to have more lands,
Yes.
they used to do the same, you know.
Yes.
If some of them used to refuse, well, the winners
Yeah.
had to impose. You know.
And you'll tell the story about when Spanish came to Cusco. You'll tell that part as well, or like.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
We will talk about that as
Okay.
well. But most of the native ones, instead to refuse Spanish, they welcome Spanish, and native local ones who were servants of Incas with the Spanish. All
Because
of them,
they didn't like Incas that much.
yeah, they went against Incas to revenge their blood of their
Their
ancestors.
relatives.
Have you ever heard that the enemy of my enemy
He is my, of
friend?
course.
That happens, unfortunately, in many histories of the human societies in the world.
So Spanish here is were the enemy of Incas, and it was enemy of their enemy. So they were friends with these three,
the
four
native ones.
main natives.
So if we see one more time this pyramid, those ones were servants, not Incas, people who were being conquered by Incas. Incas were those ones in yellow and in red, you know.
Yes.
So who were living in those places? Those ones. Who were serving, producing, working?
Those ones, and theirs were welcomed Spanish so that they can revenge from Incas.
But the way how these people used to control by Incas, according some scholars like Maria Rostorowski, she was one important ethnoanthropologist in Peru. Incas used to use religion by political way. That is the reason why Incas, they were not humans.
Camera.
One of the main cities that Spanish, they took mainly one silver was Potosi in Bolivia. From that city, the Spanish, they took a lot of silver to Europe to improve their economy.
So it's real that they took lots of gold and silver from
A lot.
a lot.
A lot. So thanks to those metals, Spain becomes, well, for very brief, very short time, a kind of empire in the world. Spain was very powerful in the world, but gold and silver doesn't make powerful one country.
Yeah, of course.
You know, could make you rich and happiness probably, but very short time. Because unfortunately, it was the way how Spain were seen about to improve their economy. You know, The European economy was collapsing at that time, but in those places they were good human societies with good economy. You know, probably as humans they did cruel things, but they were very rich and powerful as well. They were controlling very well the economy. According Martin Sotelo Berrospi, they used to do rituals and ceremonies, even human offerings sometimes, to have a success agriculture production. But Incas, on the other hand, they used to see that they could improve their agriculture. I love you, Carlos.
I love you too.
Es mi compañero.
Compañero, that's
It's
loud,
my
it's loud.
roommate, my roommate.
Yeah.
It's more love. Okay. See you later, Carlos. So, the Inca people, they used to see agriculture like one economic activity, and they knew that to have a success agriculture production, they have to plant different varieties of seeds. So if they could have a terrible dry season, they used to plant different varieties of seeds, and it used to happen a kind of natural selection of each species. They used to have a success agriculture production. So they were thinking like a scientists and technicians. But the another ones, the commoners, servants, slaves, they were thinking if they could have a dry season, that was the hunger of their god. And then they used to do offerings, children. They
Wow.
used to sacrifice children.
Really?
Because they were thinking that everything had to be related with God. That was God.
The god of the god
Of them, you know.
yeah.
Their God was manipulating the weather. If they used to do offerings, so their God had to give more food, you know. So for that reason, they used to see some of them like a one religious activity, and Incas they used to see like a one economic activity. In those regions were found so many agriculture research centers, like a laboratories. One of them is called Morai, and Morai was being used to adapt new varieties of seeds. So that is the source how we can get so many varieties of potatoes. We have over 5,000 varieties of potatoes thanks to Incas, because they used to adapt, taking the seeds to one level to another one, trying to adapt everyone. That was made by them. But lower class people, you know, these people, they used to believe that the best way to have a success agriculture production had to be if they do the human sacrifice.
Oh, that's sad.
The commoners or citizens were living. Those places had to be just for high royal class people.
And from the architecture wise, can you a bit explain, like, so you said they use the stones, and what is the idea of, like, these are terraces or houses?
Well,
What is the
To take a photo of us?
sure.
going down.
Mhm,
There is
over there.
one in yellow as well. Do you see?
Yes.
Okay, that area is storage houses. Where found so many dehydrated food, like potatoes, fish, cereals, that they used to bring from another regions.
And then they will store.
Yeah, they were storing in those buildings in that section of this area. Then the another side of the city, in the another side, there were houses for them.
For loyal people.
Yes, probably descendants of the emperor, you know, children, half children as well. The city was being used, as I said before, at least by 800, maximum 1,000.
So it's very private place.
Within that was like a royal residence. But Incas at the same time were not self-sufficient for themselves. They had to require always from servants as well.
So they need to live with servants. So you will have servants living here to help them. You mean?
Yes, to make probably the chores, probably to make the meals,
And
to plant and to build as well.
around the same apartments, or do you think they
No,
live
different. In this lower section, well, behind those terraces,
there are more?
there's one group of buildings, like 20, 30 buildings, that were being used like the servants' houses. They were living there.
Okay.
So they couldn't live together. Even if they could fall in love, they couldn't get married.
Because of the social difference.
Yes, well, the blood was the difference of them, you know. So they used to believe that their blood was superior, and the other ones they couldn't. I listened it as well from some of my colleagues that they were living with that idea that they used to respect the love, you know, like the most important feeling of the human species, but actually not. They were classists.
Classes, daily living classes. And what are like the interesting question? What top 3 points would you highlight for someone to understand like Machu Picchu and the culture here? Like what top 3 things that we shouldn't forget about Machu Picchu?
About this place.
Yes.
In this place we can see the architecture that is being mixed, blended, because we don't see just beautiful stonework as you can see. We can see part of their temples that are in the left side of the city, but we can see so many storage houses, servants' houses as well. That is telling us that no all of them were living in the same social level. Do you know what does mean karma?
Karma, yes, I know. It's
I think
the karma. You believe in karma?
happens, yeah.
Okay.
Because as they did, they receive as
They
well.
receive.
For
Yeah,
that
if
reason-
you go on.
For that reason, they were able to build this kind of place, but they had to abandon it as well.
Ah, yeah, that's a touching point. So every empire has an end. Do you believe?
Yes, I believe in that. As you goes up,
Materials comes and goes.
but never ends. Never
Uh,
disappears.
yeah, the circulation never ends. Yeah, it goes to another, like someone else.
Yeah. I have in my mind one phrase that is long, said, stronger men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men makes worse times, and worse times makes stronger men. And the sequence goes on.
Goes on. Yes, I knew that.